Bel-Air episode 10, Where To?
I'll see you in hell, Costanza.
I'll tell you where to the end of the season and hopefully about another 8 months before this show comes back, if it comes back at all. This review, ladies and gentlemen, is probably going to be the shortest review that I do out of all these episodes. It was just... There wasn't even enough for me to make jokes out of a lot of it, but I will fit a few in. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Bel-Air episode 10. So we start out at the governor's reception banquet for Vivian in honor of her Neiman Fellowship, which she got for being, basically just being a woman of color and painting faceless black people. That's what she got her fellowship for. So Phil and Will are looking at a painting she made of Will, blah, blah, blah. And Will tells Uncle Phil that, he thanks him and Viv for saving his life. Apologizes for the fact that Phil had to drop out of the campaign, for district attorney because of what he did to save Will. And Phil's like, nah, I did it out of love. You're like a son to me. And Phil then says, yeah, and I had Jeffrey kill a motherfucker for you, so you better be grateful, you little shit. Vivian runs into an old friend, and I couldn't care less to even remember what her name was or who she is in relation to Vivian. Viv says usually this fellowship goes to a young emerging artist of color, and I want to use my platform. Who the fuck cares? Like, nobody cares. And another artist comes up and congratulates Viv, and still no one fucking cares. Hillary comes in with her other dumb influencer friend. What's her? It's Ivy. So they walk in together, and she's like, I want to collab Zays. And Ivy's like, listen, bitch. And she disses. This was the best fucking clip. Like, this is the only clip I took out of the entire episode. Because Ivy says to Hillary something about the entanglement. Well, I'm going to play the clip. And then...
Especially if you want to, break free from that whole Kylo entanglement.
Girl, ain't nobody entangled with that white boy. I'm trapped.
What?
Girl, ain't nobody entangled with that white boy. With that white boy.
It's all about Kylo being bad. Fuck this white boy. It's hilarious, though. They, villainize him, okay? This is what I'm talking about. They villainize somebody because he's running a business. Did he take advantage of Hillary? No. He gave her a contract that she either could sign or decline to sign and not go into the influencer house. She breached her contract. She quit because she didn't want to do what she had to do to get views. And when she did it, she got sponsorships and she liked it. And that's when she kind of turned her back on Jazz for a minute. And then, it was, and now, like I said, all these, Kylo's the bad guy. Stupid white boy. Blah, blah. No, bitch. He's running a business. He's running a business, and you fucking did not fulfill your contractual obligations because, like he said, he called her out. She quits everything. So that's just, it's funny that they continue to vilify him when in reality, Hillary and the rest of her family are just, except for Carlton. I don't think Carlton's really that bad. Honestly, I don't. I think the rest of them are just fucking garbage, though. Just garbage people. Pretty much everybody in this show is fucking garbage, except for Carlton and Jeffrey. Jeffrey, even though Jeffrey had a guy killed, the guy was a piece of shit anyway. So it's a wash. Who cares? And Carlton is dealing with anxiety. Carlton watched Will come in and usurp everything that he'd built. Take it right out from under him, his social status, everything. His his girlfriend. Well, he was trying to get back with her. So I think Carlton is dealing with this the best he can and still being amicable to Will and, basically wanting to be like brothers with Will speaks to Carlton as a person. Ashley, I don't really think she's a piece of shit. I just think she's young and they're just writing her like a little fucking mainstream narrative propaganda piece. You know what I mean? The rest of them are just garbage, though. They're just Hillary, Phil, Viv, and... you got Will's kind of he's whatever. Jazz is all right. So you got Jazz. Okay, so there's fucking 3 people on the show that aren't trash. There, you happy?
I'm in danger.
All right, so before I lost my train of thought, Let's see here. Where were we at? Oh yeah. So Hillary, this dumb bitch, goes to introduce fucking Ivy to Jazz, and Jazz and her kind of flirt. But Hillary introduced Jazz as my cousin's friend, not my man, not my boyfriend, not, you know, whatever dumb fucks call their other dumb fucks when they don't really want to be in a relationship. They just want to use that person until they throw them away. You know, with basically like modern day relationships and dating now. So they're fucking idiots. And Hillary is like with a stupid look on her face because she's a dumb fuck. And she got mad because Jazz wasn't automatically like, I belong to her, yes, queen, yes, my queen. Like, when she's not even having the fucking courtesy to, you know, give him a title of, you know, or a, you know, definitive answer of what their relationship is, and then gets mad when he flirts with another bitch who, she looks like Tila Tequila, so, ugh. So Phil tells Carlton he got them track time behind the wheel of like a couple Formula One cars, and Carlton's excited because he loves racing, so they plan to have just a day with the two of them. Because Phil even comments, you know, hey, we haven't got to spend much time together, just the two of us. So, cue the Bill Withers, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us. There, I don't. So Carlton and Ashley and Will are in the kitchen complaining about there not being as much food in the house because Jeffrey's gone, and Will tells them Jeffrey's gone, and the fact that G had a falling out with Uncle Phil's the reason he's gone. And then they talk about that, and it was over Will's dad's dossier and whose identity the father is will be revealed later on an episode of Maury. Reed and Viv are at the gallery, and they're talking, and Vivian looks over the paintings of faceless people, and Viv says, look, the two of them need to work together to promote other artists of color, because all of these racist Trump supporters are stopping other artists of color, other black faceless people. This show's so fucking stupid. Reed asks if Phil's okay with it, and Viv says she doesn't care. She's gonna go full Jada Pinkett Smith. She's going to cuck him out, for those of you who aren't paying attention. Will can't get in touch with Lisa, so he leaves her a sorry-ass voicemail like the fucking he is, and about meeting up and talking, and she suggests they meet at a coffee shop, which means public place. You're gonna get fucking dissed, bro. Will goes and he leaves for basketball practice, and a car pulls in the driveway, and I think it's a Hyundai, so whoever driving it probably needs their ass whooped for being grown and driving a fucking Hyundai. Phil yells up to Carlton, it's time to go to the track, get behind the wheel of those Formula One cars. And Will's estranged father, George Floyd, shows up.
Oh, son of a bitch!
And there's a lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda dialogue, which I'm not going to go into detail because I don't care. But Phil tries to make him feel bad, and Lou plays the victim. And when this motherfucker was the one that he got locked up for committing assault, Jeffrey told Lou that Will needed him, but Phil was against them meeting, and they're just different kinds of shitty people. Like, Phil's a rich, pretentious, narcissistic piece of shit, and Lou's a broke-ass, ex-convict piece of shit. So, they go face-to-face, and it's humorous because I really dislike both of them, and Phil's an egomaniac, and Lou is just a fucking convict. So I don't fucking care about either of them. So Carlton, having seen the interaction, because Will's gone, Viv's gone, it's just Phil and Carlton there, and probably fucking Ashley somewhere, but nobody gives a fuck about her unless she serves the fucking plot or wants to, spew some fucking intersectional dialogue. Carlton needs to get to the bottom of this. He wants to find out who Lou or George or whatever his name is really is. So he goes into Phil's office and opens the dossier on Lou and immediately takes it to Will. So Carlton lets Will know that Lou stopped by, and he dropped off some counterfeit $20 bills and some Lucy cigarettes for him. And he should really read the file on his estranged father. Phil and Viv are discussing Will meeting Lou. I can't even do this seriously because the show's so fucking stupid. Phil and Viv are discussing Will meeting Lou, and Will barges in and yells and asks why they weren't going to tell him that Lou was coming by with counterfeit $20 bills and Lucy cigarettes. Will says he knows that Phil was Lou's lawyer, and Lou's dad was a criminal, and his mom died young, and all of a sudden Will's all sympathetic towards this piece of shit who walked out on him like 13 years ago. You know, he literally is taking his side, and he's like, the institutional racism, and why are there still 23 minutes left in this fucking episode at this point, was what I was asking myself when I was watching it and writing this. At the same time, I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. So Will calls Vi and tells her that he tells her that George Floyd is I don't know. He tells her that Lou is there, and she says she didn't want to introduce him because he put a gun to her stomach while she was pregnant. Oh my god, I'm such a horrible person.
2 hours later.
Alright, I'm gonna do this one seriously. So, so, well, so, Will calls by. Oh my god. Oh, it hurts. Oh Jesus, this has already been going 19 minutes. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Bye. Alright, so Will calls by and tells her that Lou's there, and she says she didn't want to introduce him because when she was pregnant one night he came home and he put a gun to her stomach. Okay, we could have moved on. Hillary is with Tila Tequila or Poison Ivy or Asian Ivy or I don't know, but whatever. And Hillary grifts her into a partnership. Now, mind you, Ivy has like 10 million followers. I don't know why I remember that, but I do, because she said it when they was outside church. So she has like 10 million followers, and Hillary has like 77,000. But Hillary, like, they got a big boost on the fucking post they made for the stupid fellowship banquet governor's ball dinner. I don't know if the governor was dipping his balls in somebody's fucking, I have no idea. But regardless, their post did well. So Hillary's like, hey, how about you let me weasel my way into your pre-existing fucking structure, get you to pay off a debt that I legally owe somebody, but he's an evil white racist, bad racist, evil white bad racist, bad evil white racist, evil evil bad white racist, because he wanted her to simply fulfill her contract that she willingly signed, not under any duress, not under any pressure, no pressure at all, none. She signed it because she wants to be famous for basically doing nothing except, oh look, I have TNA, people like to see that, and that got me attention. But now that's bad because evil white racist, racist white evil, evil, evil racist white Kylo.
He's out of line, but he's right.
So Hillary basically wants Ivy to buy Kylo out of the influencer house so they can make that a women's empowerment. Women's empowerment, because I am woman. I don't know, because they're oppressed. They're very oppressed, very, very oppressed. So oppressed that Hillary grew up in a fucking mansion, and this other broad is really fucking rich too. I don't know. They're oppressed. They're victims because Kylo's evil. Let's see, where are we at? Oh, Lou and Will come face to face, and Will tries to be hard, and it's supposed to be emotional, but I just laughed pretty much through most of it because all I can see is Marlon Wayans' Boogaloo in Above the Rim, trying to dribble a basketball and fucking up a crossover or getting smacked around and white chicks. So no, I'm not taking him seriously. Lisa's waiting at the coffee shop for Will so she can break up with him in public and not be look like the bitch, because, you know, she's kind of a shitty person too, and Will. She can make Will look bad because if she does it, she knows Will's gonna melt down, and then he'll probably talk loud, and he'll look like the bad guy, and she can just sit there and go, oh, I'm so heartbroken, Z's. Yeah, so fuck that. So that scene's over. She leaves, and oh no. Anyway, Will and Lou are sitting there reminiscing about a 76ers game because Will got over himself and he's going to sit there and talk. And now they're, oh yeah, hey, yeah, best friend. Yeah. No, I don't know. They're talking. And Lou breaks down what happened to their relationship. Will brings up the robbery, and they get face to face. They kind of start fighting. Lou like goes to choke him, but they're fighting like two people who don't really want to fight. You know what I mean? And it's stupid. And there's a lot of a couple instances of uses of a word that I'm not gonna say because they feel so inclined in this iteration of, Bel-Air, the Fresh Prince, this new modern reimagining. God, aren't modern reimaginings good? Disney wants to reimagine tomorrow where like 99% of the people are fucking Transformers. But this show reimagined the classic show and reimagined it like somebody took and ate, I don't know, Chipotle like 6 nights in a row, and at the same time was eating like McDonald's for breakfast and White Castle for lunch, and then shitting it out onto a piece of paper and turning in like 10 like groups of them and saying, hey, here's the scripts for the first season of Bel-Air, because that's basically what they fucking did with this show. Oh sweet, this is like my favorite part because there's only like 2 fucking headings left to go through for this fucking season finale. So Carlton comes into Will's room and Will wants to leave. He's like packing his shit up, and Carlton's like, oh no, don't, please don't, no. So, Carlton doesn't want Will to leave. And he's the only one that's actually redeemable, because they go downstairs and the family's like, Will, no, don't, please. And Carlton's like, Will. And he goes and he's like hugging him, and he slips money in his pocket because Carlton wants Will to be safe. Ever since Vi mentioned to him that, Will wanted a brother and Carlton did want a brother too, and she's like, look, the universe is delivered again. And Carlton, after him and Will patched things up initially, Carlton was really making an effort and being, good to Will, and they were getting along. So I really, Carlton does love Will like a brother in this. Their relationship has kind of grown, but it still doesn't change the fact that the show's fucking bad. The next couple scenes are just various, family members. Hey, Will, they're making smoke signals. They're yelling from the rooftop, Will! No, they're not doing any of that. But it's more interesting than what actually fucking happened. Because Will, who just, now mind you, he doesn't have his own car, so he just fucking takes Viv's, I think it's a Lexus or some shit. Just takes it. I'm leaving. I don't want anything from you except this fucking, $70,000 fucking luxury crossover. They're looking for him. These new cars, they all have, internal chips, GPS tracking thing. You get the picture. Stupid writing. Modern technology, right? Jazz finds Will at the spot where they were overlooking the cityscape when he first was taking him to the bank's residence. And Will's whining about them lying to him about his dad. And Will says, it's like nobody wants me. And Jazz says, there's a house full of motherfuckers back there that are looking for you, you dumb son of a bitch. What the fuck you doing up here crying like a puto?
Fuck that puto!
Jazz drops some knowledge on Will because short of Jazz being in the situationship with Hillary, like I said, like him, Carlton, and Jeffrey are like the 3 best characters on this show. The 3. They're the 3 amigos right there. Carlton, Jeffrey, and Jazz aren't shit like the rest of these fucking idiots. So Will cries, looks over the cityscape, and that's it. That's where we leave this fucking godforsaken episode of this show. That 10 episodes of this was akin to the 3 seasons I did of Batwoman. God help me if this show gets any worse. It'll be like watching, I don't know, Ghostbusters 2016, Birds of Prey, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Suicide Squad, The Suicide Squad, Captain Marvel, Shang-Chi, The Eternals, all back to back, with your eyelids like toothpicked open. This first season, I watch these reviewers just like, it's so, they just fawn all over this. I'm like, this isn't even good. These characters are fucking assholes. They shoehorn what, a half dozen storylines from the entire series of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air into this first season. Like, where does the whole Fred Wilkes angle? You know, he married Will's mom in the show. And of course they couldn't do that now because, you know, Will shtook Lisa, Fred's daughter. It was just bad. It's just shit, you know. I don't know. I can't do it anymore. But that's it, gang. That's my review of episode 10 of Bel-Air. Do all the YouTube things, you know, like, share, subscribe if you haven't yet. We have channel memberships. You'll hear about that at the end of the video. We also have the P.O. box. But that's it, gang. I'm Tepokui to the place to be reviews. I've been here with all of you. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. I'll catch you on the next one. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot to tell you. Do you want to send us stuff? Because this is how you send us stuff. We have a P.O. box now. That's right. P.O. Box 924, Prudenville, Michigan 48657. If you have anything you'd like to send in to the place to be reviews, that's where it goes, and that's where your packages will be coming from as well when I ship things out to you, my Kazooians.